Israel is ramping up its war against Iran's proxy in Lebanon to the north and Gaza to the south. This comes as a showdown over Tehran's nuclear program looms in the Middle East.
Well, the IDF is expanding operations in Gaza and taking out Hamas leaders. It's also striking at Hezbollah forces after new attacks on the Galilee. Chris Mitchell reports from Jerusalem.
The IDF struck dozens of Hezbollah rocket launcher sites on Saturday, the largest attack since the ceasefire. The attacks followed a rocket launch from southern Lebanon towards the Galilee, which Israel called a blatant violation of the ceasefire. Hezbollah denies responsibility, but the IDF says the terror group is operating in the area. In Gaza, Israeli forces are expanding their military push, with another division preparing to enter the fighting. The operations have been ongoing since the end of the ceasefire last week, and Israel has pledged to continue any negotiations under fire. During the recent fighting, the IDF eliminated 2 major Hamas leaders. On Sunday, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu visited new recruits for the armored corps.
We're winning because we understand that in order to defeat our enemies, those who are closing in on us, we break through them with crushing ground force, in addition to the excellent work of the Air Force, intelligence, Navy, and of course the infantry.
On Fox News Sunday, U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff blamed Hamas for the collapse of negotiations to free more hostages.
I was in Doha. I met with many of the Arab leaders at the Arab Summit. I thought we had a deal, an acceptable deal. I even thought we had an approval from Hamas. Maybe that's just me getting, duped. So this is on Hamas. The United States stands with the state of Israel. We need to be clear who the aggressor is here, and that is Hamas.
Beyond the fighting in Gaza and southern Lebanon, National Security Advisor Mike Waltz addressed the major threat facing the region and says the Trump administration has clear goals for Iran and its nuclear program.
Full dismantlement. Iran has to give up its program in a way that the entire world can see. And this is, look, as President Trump has said, this is coming to a head. All options are on the table. And it is time for Iran to walk away completely from its desire to have a nuclear weapon.
Meanwhile, the Israeli cabinet agreed unanimously on a no-confidence vote to dismiss the attorney general, who it says is undermining the prime minister and his policies. The unprecedented vote follows the firing of Ronen Bar, the head of the Shin Bet, Israel's version of the FBI. Thousands of Israelis took to the streets to protest the firing, but many Israelis believe the prime minister has the authority and reasons to fire Bar and the attorney general. Israel also continues to face threats from within. An attacker ran over several people at a bus stop in northern Israel this morning, then began shooting, killing one 70-year-old man. Chris Mitchell, CBN News, Jerusalem.
Well, the attacks against Israel, it just boggles your mind that Hezbollah would still fire a rocket against Galilee from southern Lebanon. Clear violation of the ceasefire. It also boggles your mind that Hamas still has rockets and are firing them. It just, the warfare, you hope for peace, but clearly, as we heard from the special envoy, have we been duped to think that somehow or other these groups that have it in their organizational documents, their entire goal is to wipe Israel off the map. And that's what the very words, Hezbollah, Hamas, that's what it stands for. This is a militant jihadist ideology that wants to completely destroy Israel. Let's believe it. Let's also believe Iran when the Ayatollahs say we want to wipe Israel off the map. Let's believe that too. We've been kicking this can down the road since the Obama administration what to do about their nuclear ambitions, and Obama firmly believed that somehow negotiation and appeasement, and if we don't keep the sanctions on, we release funds, we do these things, that they'll somehow see the light and want to join the family of nations. Well, clearly they don't. And they are one of the biggest exporters of terrorism in the entire world. So are we into a showdown? Yeah, the answer is yes, we are. And so who's going to blink first, or are we going to see a full-scale war? These are times, these are very trying times, and it's time for us to pray.
Are miracles real? Let's investigate.
A lot of skeptics will say, well, miracles are impossible. Why? Because they violate the laws of nature. You can't violate the laws of nature.
I looked at my hand that was clutched. I said, hand move.
We got to 21-25.
Hallelujah!
Totally blind.
He's dead. It's over. I said, shock him one more time.